In this video, we're going to show you how to get your own GSA contract using our learning management system. And as always, thank you for watching.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Michael Price with MarketUS, and today we are going to discuss how to get a very inexpensive GSA contract, which is totally contradictory to what we've been doing for 35 years. But the economic times dictate that we know what we're doing. We've been doing it for a long time, and we want to help you by saving you money and getting you into where you need to be to start generating revenue to help you and your family and your business grow. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time for looking down quite a bit because I'm doing different screen shares, and I see that Eileen has joined us, and we'll probably get her involved here before long. So let's get started. Today we're discussing GSADoc.com, our new LMS, learning management system, to help you go through exactly what we go through for the last 35 years of getting you prepared to get your GSA contract awarded. And it's taken us about 6 months to get this program together, and I'm sure that we're going to continue to improve upon it. We also have a few other courses that we're working on in collaboration with Eileen to try to bring you more and more information to make it easier for you to do business with the government. Let me turn on the chat. Where is it here? We'll turn on the chat in case we need it. Feel free anytime to send us a message, and we'll be more than happy to oblige. Let's get started. This is the home page of GSADoc.com, and I'm going to get out of the slides. There's only 3 slides, so I'm going to get at them as quickly as possible and get to a live demo so you can see exactly what we go through for the last 35 years. And those of you that may have a contract already, we have a course coming up for you. You'll be extremely pleased with that. You'll see this again on the homepage. This is the course that you'll see, and actually the surprise is already given away in the upper left-hand corner. For those of you who are attending today, we have a extremely aggressive and special pricing for you. Our normal course is $39.97. We put that all together and we come up with our full service fee, and that's fine, great, all well and good. We use that number based on, and I won't mention names, a company many, many years ago who offered a laboratory environment. They charged the same amount of money, but you had to fly, get a hotel, pay for your own food, sit in a classroom for 3 days, 9 to 5 or longer, and then fly back home and then do exactly what you had to do yourself. The only difference with this as a lab environment is it is a structured learning environment, which I'm going to actually show you a few of the lessons so you get an idea of exactly what's going on.
Where the hell have you been, soldier?
Training, sir! Training, sir!
All right, here's the home page where we were. As you can see, you can scroll around and you have all the courses, your account, about, contact form. Anytime you need any help during this process, feel free just to use the contact form or email us direct. Let's view, well, first of all, let's see a little bit about what's going on. We have actionable training, okay? Like I said, we spent 6 months putting this course together, and it was a lot of heartache, if you will, because I had to take all of the forms that you can't really readily get out of GSA's e-offer and convert them into forms for a learning management system. And that was brutal because while we were doing it, GSA was in the process of doing the consolidation effort. So everything changed. We started over 7 times. So if you want additional support, more technical support, we offer that. But here's the important thing. Every document that you work on through the learning management system will send you a PDF of that document. It's been data validated. We'll help you review it, on and on and on. But the important thing is when it comes time, and the last lesson is for you to log into eOffer. Now, March 5th, GSA made a change. I had no idea what was going on. If you have a digital certificate, it's no good anymore. I found that out about a week ago. You now have to register for an account. You have to have your DUNS number or be an authorized negotiator on another contract with a DUNS number, and then you can get into GSA eOffer. It took me all day long to finally get that worked out because we don't do business with the government. So I don't have a SAM registration. So I had to go back to a client that every one of my clients has always been I've been an authorized negotiator. So I had to pick a DUNS number and use that. Has nothing to do with that client. It just shows that I am vetted, verified, and validated, whatever that means. So anyway, the important thing is you get a copy of everything that you have submitted comes to you in a PDF format. All you have to do is copy and paste. And I actually tested this on a new client, and it took me roughly 15 minutes to copy and paste almost all of the documents that they were looking for. And we're a lot more thorough than most people would be. And the question is, why don't I just go through all the pain and aggravation of downloading all these documents from GSA Advantage or GSA eLibrary or GSA period? The problem is we have them in the correct order. There is an absolute logical flow, as you're going to see shortly, a logical flow on exactly what we've got going on. So when I click on View Courses, I'm already enrolled in this course. So this is the portion of our meeting today where I'm going to show you a live demo on how to do this yourself. You can see that Learning Management System is 2% complete already because I was playing around with the quizzes. You'll enjoy the quizzes. I'm trying to get a little humor in this because we have a philosophy here at the company. If you can't have fun, don't show up. So let's take a look at the course. So we scroll down, and those of you who are new to GSA, you should probably consider watching this short video, How to Do Business with GSA. And they go through a lot of good points. But let's go back up here a second. Almost everything is used through eOffer at GSA. Almost all. So what we have is materials. These are some of the documents, mass documents, that give it to you in a shared folder. So for example, your financials, things like that, where you've got to work on that yourself. But let's move on to the fun stuff. The introduction. Okay, this is all broken down into individual lessons. For example, because you're here, you already have a federal tax ID number. You already have a DNB number. You already have a SAM profile, so we already know that. GSA is moving towards the UEI, Universal Entity Identifier, and that's going to basically be the same as your DUNS number temporarily. The two things that everybody misses is the pathway to success and readiness assessment. Those are two required items that you must complete and provide that certificate when you upload all of the non-application related documents. As we move on, let's take a look at offerings, my favorite, because this was the hardest one for us to put together to replicate. Let's look at the offerings lesson. This is what the actual screen looks like for the learning management system. You can turn this off. You can turn this back on. But let's go down here. And because I know Eileen's on board, it was funny because I'm going to actually use furniture this time, just so I can see her raise her hand and say, no, that's not right. You must choose a large category. Well, let's go down to furniture. That will give you a subcategory. Let's say the subcategory would be, let's go with office furniture. I think that's where she was working. Very important, what I'm about to tell you. Your SAM record must have the NAICS codes that you're going to use in the very next option. The NAICS code. Do you have 33721 if you're doing office furniture? Well, let's assume yes. Where is the preponderance? Most of your work going to be done. Choose that. In this case, happens to be the same. Here is I call it a trap and a trick that GSA pulls on you. We pre-filled 25,000 for you. That is the minimum contract that GSA will give you. Don't let your ego get in the way, please. I get people come into me and say, well, we're going to do $1 million. We'll triple, we'll quadruple. We're just going to become rich doing our contract. The higher that dollar volume is, the greater scrutiny that you're going to get with GSA. They're going to have to forward it to another senior contracting officer, to a branch manager. Will your finances or your financial statements, will it support $1 million forecast? 25,000. I'm going to take you back to 1986. Michael Dell. We put 25,000 in for the minimum contract, went right through, no problem. At the end of the year, he did $6.2 million. Nobody asked the question. We moved on and on and on. Where do you want to offer this furniture? Do you want to do it strictly domestic and overseas, or overseas only? Let's assume domestic. Well, here we are. This lesson's finished. You can submit it, you can save it and come back later. You can go to previous lesson, mark it complete, and go to the next lesson. That's how easy it is. And I can walk you through the rest of them so you can see the rest of the lessons. These are all, everything that you see here is exactly what GSA has in eOffer. There are 35 lessons in total. A lesson isn't that long. You're filling out the form that you're going to have to do at GSA anyway, but the only difference is it's very difficult to stop, come back, stop, come back. Hard to do because you have to keep logging in. It's an absolute mess. This way, when you're finished, you end up with the PDF by the name of the lesson, all in your folder on your computer, comes to you via email. For example, service contract labor category matrix, if you're offering services. If you're not offering services, you can mark that lesson complete. You're going to have to provide 4 projects. Show that you've done this work. You've sold this to somebody, whether it be commercial, government, whoever. Wouldn't worry about the file uploads, but the fun one is at the end, you get to sign into GSA eOffer, and you're good to go. I got a chat message here. What have I got? Eileen says, thanks for going over your new GSA Doc LMS. Anyway, any questions from anybody? All right, this special pricing is for a limited time. We wanted to roll it out. We know it works. We've been testing it. Eileen's tested it. We've had 6 or 7 different people in our focus group test it. It works. All the files work. It makes your life and job so much easier. But remember one thing, even like the website says, a GSA contract is not mandatory. But let's say you wanted to work on a major procurement for Homeland. One of the clauses is going to be in that RFP in the beginning is going to be, you cannot be a part of a team unless you have a GSA contract. Why? They know you've already been vetted. They've already checked you out. You're good to go.
I was not aware of that.
So from that aspect, get it. It's cheap. It's 5 years with 3 5-year extensions, 20 years. Anybody interested in selling their company over the next 5 or 10 years? If I've got Eileen's company who doesn't have a contract, and I've got Billy Bob who has a contract, you both do about the same thing, but he has a contract. She doesn't. Which company is worth more? Give you a hint. The one with the contract is going to give me revenue for the next X number of years. If they've had it 5 years, I got 15 more years of revenue coming in. Sign an innovation agreement. I now own the contract. I'm good to go. All right. Somebody asks, or Danielle asks, we need some questions answered about pricing and commercial sales practice. Let's go back to the, it's in the lesson. First of all, Danielle, not everybody has to do commercial sales practices. GSA is rolling out what's called TDR, transaction data reporting. Certain NAICS codes don't have to do commercial sales practices. But the question is the basic, and by the way, there's a video on our on MarketUS YouTube channel that discusses, and I believe Eileen's part of that one also, that discusses commercial sales practices, exactly what it is. GSA was founded on what's called best value. Now, I define best value as Best Buy versus Amazon. Best Buy versus Amazon. Best Buy is a little cheaper, but you're going to pay sales tax and don't even think about trying to return. Amazon, if the warehouse is in Florida, in my case, I'm going to pay sales tax. I don't have a problem with that. However, I got 90 days to return it, and it's going to cost me a hair more because I get free shipping. If I want Best Buy to ship it, sometimes it's free, sometimes it's not. From that aspect, who gives me, or you in your case, Danielle, better value? The big A. That's the best value portion. As far as commercial sales practices, do you do government business now? Does that kind of give you a general idea? How do you do business with various state, local governments, the government, commercial, national accounts, whatever? GSA is looking for now, forget best value, that's Amazon and Best Buy are gone. What GSA is looking for is the best pricing that you have, but what they don't tell you, there's a comma. All terms and conditions equal. For example, if I come to you and I'm buying one of your widgets, period, one, I'm going to pay retail price. But if I commit to buy from you 1,000 and I commit it in writing, can I get a better price? I believe yes. However, let's go over to GSA. GSA is based on quantity one. Now, they will try to get you for volume discounts, 1 to 10, the whole routine. Don't fall for it. When you present that sheet, they're going to say, well, why don't you give us the same price as for the 1 to 100 as you do for one? Give us the 100 price. Well, you're buying one. And chances are, I'm paying the freight to send it to you. I'm losing money. Equal terms and conditions. Are they the same? Is the playing field level? If it's not, we got a problem. So that's about as best right now without doing a one-on-one. And feel free to email me or give me a call after 2 o'clock East Coast time, of course. And we can discuss further the intimate part of your question. Hopefully that answers it for you. Any other questions? Oh, let me see. For GSA information, who asked this? Oh, Danielle asked. Danielle, you're good. I need to talk to you. For the GSA information structure, is the process the same for businesses that are reselling products versus businesses that manufacture their products? Excellent question. I didn't show you that in the learning management takes care of that. What you're going to have to do, and now again, if we're doing full service, we take care of all this for you. You're still going to fill out the form, but the only difference is we would send out the letters of supply for all the manufacturers. You're going to need a letter of supply from every manufacturer authorizing you to put their product on your contract, number one. Number two, saying that they will provide you sufficient quantities to satisfy the terms of the contract. That's number two. Number three is you don't have to go to the manufacturer. You can go to a distributor. IT, a lot of times I send everybody to Tech Data up in Clearwater, Florida. I've been working with them for years. Danielle's back again. I am the manufacturer. It is not being outsourced or subcontracted. If you want to share what you make, that's fine. You don't have to. But the bottom line is the fact that you're a manufacturer, your terms and conditions on how you work with customers. Who's your best customer? Now, again, depending upon what you manufacture, you may be exempt from commercial sales practices. You may be able to use TDR and be done with it. Get a hold of me afterwards and I'll be more than happy to steer you on exactly which NAICS codes qualify under transaction data reporting with the questions and answers.
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
Remember, The special pricing is for a limited time. How long is the limited time? I don't know. If we get a lot of response, we're going to let it keep running. Those of you who haven't asked a question yet, Danielle, go to gsadoc.com and click on contact. That'll give you everything you need. Phone number, email, or you can use the contact form, your choice. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you being here. Eileen, thank you for joining. Those of you who joined late, please reach out to us and we'll get you directed in the right direction. gsadoc.com. Now, that could be GSA Documents, could be GSA Doctor. You guess. Tell me which one you like better. Thank you all for joining. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you soon.